A Legacy in the Sky. Chapter 1, The Seed of the Storm. Lakewood, Ohio. Little Bob wasn't quite sure what to make of the world outside the cozy confines of Lakewood, Ohio. Born at University Hospital's St. John West Shore Hospital, his first 7 years were a gentle blur of Lake Erie breezes, tree-lined streets, and the comforting rhythm of life with his mom, Maeve, his dad, Trevor, and his older brother, James. Their house was always filled with the scent of Maeve's baking and the cheerful clatter of Trevor's tinkering with something in the garage. But change, like a distant rumble on the horizon, was coming. Trevor's new job offer meant a big move, a journey westward to a place called Parkerville, Kansas. It was a land of wide open spaces, big skies, and a quiet prairie hum that felt very different from the familiar urban bustle of Lakewood. They had barely unpacked the last box, the scent of fresh paint still lingering in their new home, when the Kansas sky began to shift. It was just a week after their arrival, and what started as an ordinary afternoon quickly transformed. Dark, bruised clouds rolled in, not like the soft gray sheets Bob was used to, but immense boiling masses that seemed to churn with an inner fury. The wind picked up, whipping through the newly planted trees in their yard, and the air grew heavy, charged with an unfamiliar energy. Soon rain lashed down, big fat drops that splattered against the windows, followed by a sharp crackle of thunder and flashes of lightning that lit the darkening afternoon like strobe lights. It was a severe thunderstorm, unlike anything Bob had ever witnessed. Then came the sound, a deep guttural roar, growing louder and louder, like a freight train bearing down on them. His parents ushered him and James into the basement, the safest place in the house. But as the roar intensified, Bob couldn't resist a peek through the small ground level window. And there it was. Twisting down from the angry greenish black sky, a monstrous spinning funnel cloud. Bob pressed his face against the cool glass, looking directly down their new street as the EF1 tornado danced across the distant fields, a terrifying, beautiful calm of wind and debris, tearing at the very fabric of the landscape. Fear tightened in Bob's chest, but quickly something else took over, a profound sense of awe. He watched, mesmerized, as the tornado moved, a living, breathing force of nature. When the storm finally passed and the family finally emerged, shaken but safe, into the suddenly calm, rain-washed air, Bob looked at the sky, then back at his parents, his small voice filled with a newfound determination, cut through the quiet aftermath. "When I grow up," he declared, his eyes still wide with the raw power he had just witnessed, "I'm going to become a storm chaser and meteorologist."